In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, a remote and winding road named Route 9 meandered through dense forests and mist-covered valleys. On a gloomy autumn evening, a couple, Emily and Mark, embarked on a cross-country road trip to visit Mark's parents. They were adventurous souls, always seeking the thrill of the unknown. As twilight descended, their GPS guided them onto a seemingly deserted stretch of Route 9. The forest grew thicker, casting eerie shadows that danced in the dimming light. Emily frowned at the outdated map on her phone, realizing they had taken a wrong turn somewhere. Their signal was weak, and panic began to creep in as they ventured further down the unfamiliar path. The road grew narrower and less maintained, the trees pressing in from all sides, and the air grew heavy with tension. Their headlights illuminated only a short distance ahead, revealing twisted branches that seemed to reach out like skeletal hands. Mark's grip on the steering wheel tightened as unease took hold. Suddenly, their headlights caught a glimpse of something unnatural ahead. An abandoned cabin, its windows boarded up, and the surrounding woods held an air of malevolence. Emily's heart raced, and she urged Mark to keep driving. But the road seemed to stretch endlessly, and there was no way to turn back. They were trapped in a sinister embrace. As the night deepened, their fuel gauge dipped dangerously low. Anxiety turned into dread as the forest seemed to close in around them, the trees creating an oppressive canopy that blocked out the moonlight. A strange fog began to roll in, further obscuring their surroundings. They rounded a bend to find themselves facing an old, decrepit sign that read, "Welcome to Ashford Hollow." The words seemed to whisper through the wind, sending shivers down their spines. The path ahead split into two equally ominous directions. With no other choice, they took the left turn, their hearts pounding in rhythm with the engine. The road became steeper and rougher, leading them to a dilapidated village that seemed to have been forgotten by time itself. The houses were in disrepair and not a soul was in sight. Fear gnawed at their sanity as they realized they were trapped in this haunting place, seemingly cut off from the world they once knew. Their headlights illuminated a church at the village center. The doors swung open as if beckoning them inside. Against their better judgment, Emily and Mark entered the dark sanctuary, where the atmosphere grew thick with an overpowering sense of malevolence. Candles flickered eerily, casting unsettling shadows on the walls. In the dim light, they discovered a worn journal on a dusty podium. Its pages revealed the horrifying history of the village. Ashford Hollow was once a thriving community until a series of mysterious disappearances plagued the area. Locals believed that a malevolent force had taken residence in the woods, luring travelers to their doom. With a chilling realization, Emily and Mark understood that they had fallen victim to this curse. They were now a part of the tragic history of Ashford Hollow. Desperation gripped them, and they attempted to flee, only to find the village had ensnared them in a web of deceit. Days turned into nights, and Emily and Mark became trapped souls in the dark heart of Ashford Hollow. Their anguished cries echoed through the village, a warning to any who dared to take the wrong turn. The malevolent force that dwelled there continued to feed on the fear and despair of those unfortunate enough to wander into its clutches. And so the legend of the wrong turn lived on, a chilling tale of a detour into the unknown that led to an eternity of suffering. The woods whispered of their agony, a haunting reminder to all travelers that sometimes the most innocuous choices can lead to the most horrifying consequences.